Leo, hey, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy birthday for anyone who is celebrating this week. We are wrapping up Leo season. I hope you've had a great celebratory month season where you just feel loved, honored, blessed, celebrated. Not to be redundant, but I am just sending you all the love, warm wishes, good vibes. It's been a really interesting Leo season. There's kind of been some ups and downs throughout the process. We're trying to find our footing on perhaps some shaky ground. I apologize. Some of the readings have been sporadic in regards to uploading, etc. It's been busy on my end. I haven't been able to devote as much time and energy to the channel as I would like. So I apologize, but appreciate your patience with me always. Since we last talked, Mercury has gone into retrograde, gone direct. One planet went direct. We still have 3 other planets, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto in retrograde. They'll be there till the end of the year-ish. And we also have Chiron in retrograde, which really helps us heal, grow, evolve. It's called the wound healer. So it puts different life obstacles, learning experiences in our path in order to evolve, in order to become a better version of ourselves. Generally, when we're trying to level up, try to find more abundant success to whatever capacity that means for you, we have to learn stuff, right? Like we have to refine aspects of our character, etc. And there's a lot that's shifting, changing around that. A lot of things are being highlighted, emphasized in our life, things that aren't so comfortable, realities that we do have to kind of come to grips with. And it's forcing us to decide how we want to step, how we want to walk forward, how we want to move forward is a better way to say it. So that's why I like to start these readings off with an energy cleansing. It just helps set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. It cleanses out any blocks, limitations, areas where we're just feeling really disconnected. It helps remove some of that stuff. It's also a really great time to set your own intention, especially if you do have a situation on your heart that you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It really is a great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, or if you're just interested in more of that realignment of self, right? So you can kind of understand what your wants and needs are from a very clear headspace. I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. Both those tools really help us realign. And when we're in that space, that's where we're able to connect with, manifest our happiness, our fulfillment, our abundance. And I would love to help support in whatever way possible, Leo. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. Things are moving a little slow. We have a lot in retrograde, so it makes sense. All right. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly, help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Leo. So yeah, there's like this energy of like, slow down, right? It's not just, yes, retrogrades definitely highlight this need. Mars has also been showcasing this in the astrology. Slowing down helps us make more intentional decisions. It helps us to see the bigger picture. And slowing down is very, very hard for fire energy. No shade. It's just the nature. We all have things, especially modern day, where life is very fast paced and instant gratification, that whole nugget. But it's hard to slow down. It's hard to not want to push things forward. It's remembering that there is value in taking your time. And some of this feels directly connected to loosening some of the attachments that you may have, questioning yourself, even challenging yourself a little bit. Fire energy loves to do that. So, and not in a way to like make yourself feel bad or tear yourself down, because Leo season is all about finding our courage, our empowerment, our creativity to stand and shine bright, right? Leo energy is really about being front and center. And when we're in Leo season, we learn how to cultivate those traits in a way that supports us and makes our life a little bit better. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I hate to bring bad news, especially during your birthday season, but you are in a space where this is just hard work. I mean, here's the thing. We all are, right? Collectively, when you look at the astrology, we're all being forced to kind of find there's a lot of different things, right? We have to be creative about our approach. We can't do things the old way. The old methods, habits, patterns are breaking, and it's time to be a little more creative and inventive and find different solutions. It's time to trust in ourselves a little bit more. Saturn is in Aries right now. It's in retrograde, like I mentioned, on top of Neptune. But it really goes back to that, what I was just saying, how do you trust yourself? Sometimes we put ideas, beliefs, thoughts, judgments at the forefront of our mind, and it's really hard to get rid of those. And we'll just act because that's what we've been thinking for 5, 10, 15 years, whatever. And some of this, Saturn and Neptune in retrograde in Aries, is challenging us to change our paradigms, to change our approach, to change how we are dealing with things. And it does look like someone or something is keeping secrets. You could be dealing with the Gemini energy, or this is just seeing a different side of someone. Gemini can be very fun, lighthearted, energetic, adaptable, but it can be also unpredictable, an unpredictable energy. And either we'll look at this a little bit more with the tarot, but it kind of looks like either someone was keeping secrets from you or not being honest, not being open with how they felt about something. And it's making things a little bit more stressful for you is what it looks like. Okay. The wheel. Okay, so your luck is about to change. I kind of feel 100% things might feel a little bit bleak, and that's why I kept seeing, as I was preparing for your reading, Leo, I kept seeing you trying to press fast forward, just to get ahead. Not good, bad, right, or wrong. I get it, because when we're in these uncomfortable places where nothing seems to be either working in our favor, or no matter what we do, it's block after block after block, obstacle, etc. It really, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to commit, to continue on, to push forward. I feel like it's made something harder for you. That's what I'm seeing. In the way that you maybe thought something was going to move a little bit quicker, it feels like instead of pressing forward, you've actually not you specifically, but maybe a situation that you're dealing with, it's actually taken a couple steps back. Oh, sorry, Leo. This is not a very fun energy this week. It looks a little bit heavy. You're having a really hard time with something. Like I said, it feels like things have gotten put back, or they're on pause, or again, you thought it was going to be a little bit further ahead, or you thought you would see a little bit more change, evolution, and it just hasn't. And slowing down is good. Slowing down does allow us to see different perspectives, like I was talking about in the very beginning. Maybe because you coming in as the Four of Cups, it's this energy of not really understanding, not really seeing the big picture. Maybe being too focused on something that's not really relevant or important. It might be an aspect, it might be a facet to the situation, but at the same time, it might not need to be the main focal point. And you are putting a pause button. I think that's smart. I think that's wise. Make sure not to get too down and out about your quote unquote misery. Four of Cups has an energy of being a little despondent, like taking things for granted, getting so sucked into our own problems. Actually, both the Four and Five of Cups are that. Like the Four of Cups is just like when we're more in the depressive mode of like, both of them have like a victim mentality. Maybe I shouldn't get into this, but maybe there's a reason. Both of them are kind of like, woe is me. One is just kind of stuck in whatever's happening, and the other is like living in the shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Like, I wish it could be different. I wish it could be different. So why I'm saying this is there's not a lot of movement on either end. And I don't know, like one isn't much better than the other. I think it kind of feels, looking at things topically, it's almost like the only thing you can do right now is wait. And maybe that's why it's really frustrating. Maybe that's where the difficulty is, right? Because I've known many a fire sign that are just like, just love to push the agenda, not good, bad, right, or wrong. Sometimes it makes sense and it's really good and it's beneficial, but in this case, it does not, especially because whatever you're dealing with, like to me, both parties are in this like energy that either I don't know if it can't be escaped, or it's not thinking clearly. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of people like lost in their own troubles and problems. And I don't really see, obviously it's not changing this week. I think that that's part of what the problem is, or where it's becoming difficult, because, there's a part of you that feels like this isn't fair, right? Like, but again, the message, the silver lining, which maybe this is annoying, of the Four of Cups is like there's other options, right? This cup that's being offered out of the sky, the universe, is, there's other potential. And that's where that despondency comes into place, of not being able to see it or identify it. Here's the thing. I don't think you're stuck in this energy for too much longer, because you're coming out of this as the Star, which I love the Star. It's one of my favorite energies in the deck. It really speaks to healing, to kind of just getting over the hump, the hurdle. Maybe someone's providing some options that bring a little bit of hope, because we're going from 4 to 5 to 7, okay? And even if it's good and bad, it's not like, oh, everything's happy, well, and good. It's progress, right? And so that's kind of where Four of Cups might be to your detriment right now, of try not to get too stuck in what has happened, or like, be solution oriented. Try to see the silver lining. I know that's annoying. I know it's annoying, but I think there is the truth to, we really kind of choose what we're going to think, what we're going to feel, right? Yeah, acknowledge your feelings, especially if you're annoyed or upset or pissed off. Feel that but don't stay stuck in it. And that's really what we're being challenged with right now, especially because some of the energies that we are dealing with that are more frustrating, that have been either lingering or hanging around for a long time, it's to the point to really make sure that we're going through things with a fine-tooth comb, putting the microscope even on ourselves, not just everyone else, right? And making sure that we're acknowledging things are ready to change. I feel like you're ready for this. I feel like, there's other factors at play, other responsibilities, childlike energy, being naive, innocent, not naive, being innocent, curious in your approach, right? Try not to there are things that need to be illuminated that I feel like it kind of goes back to the original message of just like letting go of, or being open, being flexible to some of the beliefs, the ideas, perhaps some rigidity. Yeah, this is a test. And this makes a lot of sense. Again, because there's not a lot of solutions in the forefront. Like this week, I think it's going to be more annoying than, than maybe you want it to be. And you have an opportunity to say, okay, like, how am I going to move through this? What choices am I going to make? There is this beautiful opportunity to grow, to evolve, to progress, to move forward. But, if we stay stuck in the woe is me, or I wish it was different, or whatever, it keeps us limited, right? And that actually in and of itself is where we get stuck in the work and the annoyance and the frustration. So, little heavy, but I feel hopeful. You've got this. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here, Leo. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say hey, share it, and a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, it totally blesses my heart, and I'm sending love and blessings back to you.